Welcome back to Wall Again, where passion meets music, and in this episode I'm going to be reviewing the second album from Bruce Springsteen. It's called The Wild, the Innocent and the E Street Shuffle. So this one was also released in 1973. Obviously, Asbury Park was the debut album from Bruce Springsteen. That was released in 1973, and I've reviewed that album on a different video. So if you haven't seen that video already, I'd encourage you to go check that out after this one. But this is the second album, and it's definitely a step forward in terms of songwriting and production and instrumentation from Bruce's point of view and from the band's point of view on this album. Start off with just the cover we talk about. So it's a very interesting cover. You can see with the title on the top, Bruce looking very pensive there on the front. On the back, we've got the E Street Band along with Bruce. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's the first time the band have appeared in photographs on any of the E Street albums, so that's great to see. We've also got the song split into two sides, side A and side B, as it would have been on vinyl, even though it's all on one side for CD. It's very simple. There's no liner notes or anything additional to what you get on the cardboard sleeve, and then inside is where you put your CD, and the CD is not there at the moment because it's in the CD player at the moment. But yeah, this album for me, definitely a step forward. I'm going to run through the tracks now. Each one has its own little quirks, and also there's not many tracks on this entire album. Like, the album clocks in at just under 40 minutes, but you've got 7 tracks. So there's some very, very long tracks on this album. Something that Bruce didn't really stick with as he went on through his albums. He shortened up his songs a lot. But certainly a different approach in terms of this album. So we start off with track 1. It's called the E Street Shuffle. It starts off with the sax is kind of tuning up. Sounds like really kind of a jam song. The band just kind of getting into it in the rehearsal space or recording studio. And then they kick in with, to me, what sounds like an R&B jam. Really, really good song. The first song there really sounds like a band just going for it. And yeah, I think it's a great opener for the album. The second song then is called 4th of July, Asbury Park, and in brackets, Sandy. This is a bit of a longer track. It's 5 minutes, 36 seconds. To me, it's a very laid back kind of track from the first one, which is really like a get up and dance type track. This second one is very much a laid back, chill track. But it's still okay. It's still not a bad song. Track number 3 then is called Kitty's Back, and this track clocks in at just over 7 minutes. The lead guitar by Bruce Springsteen on this song is fantastic. He really shows what a good guitar player he is on this song. And a lot of people probably don't realise how good a guitar player Bruce is, but he really shows it on this song. You should give that a listen if you're a guitar player, or if you're interested in hearing what Bruce sounds like live, should I say, on lead guitar. And then it gets very proggy in the middle, I think. You know, there's a lot of sections that change up. He's bringing in organs, pianos, different things from other members of the band. But yeah, really, really cool track, and plenty to keep your interest in that one. Then we move on to Wild Billy's Circus Story, which is an acoustic ballad. It's an okay song. It's probably one of the weaker songs on the album, to be honest. But that fills out side 1, as it were. Then we move on to side 2. Side 2 has 3 very long songs. So the first one is Incident on 57th Street. Now, that's another great track. Again, great lyrics and a very memorable chorus on that one. But it clocks in at 7 minutes 43 seconds. So again, very long-winded, but you could see that the band were taking a step up from what they had done previously on Greetings from Asbury Park. Then we've got the hit single on the second side. It's Rosalita, Come Out Tonight. That one clocks in at just over 7 minutes. And this was a very, very popular song for Bruce and the E Street Band for closing out the set back in the 1970s and 1980s. And it's still one of Bruce's most popular songs. It's probably the only song, or one of the only songs from this album, that still gets played regularly in Bruce's set lists. And then it finishes off with another ballad type song called New York Serenade, and that one clocks in at 9 minutes 54 seconds, which is an extremely long song for Bruce Springsteen. And to be honest with you, they probably could have cut that down, but I think they were trying to make the 40 minutes of music. And again, we have to remember, Greetings from Asbury Park was released in the same year as this album, so they were probably struggling with ideas and struggling to get songs together for this album. But I think overall, the production's very good on this album. As I said, the musicianship is really, really good. Bruce's songwriting has come on in leaps and bounds from the first album. When I listened to it through the first one or two times, I didn't really think much of it, to be honest. But then as I started listening more and more, it really grew on me. And I think this album is a grower. The more you listen to it, the more depth you can see and the more layers that's in there. But look, that's my opinion. I think it's a very good album, and I'd be interested to see now where it falls in the ranking when I do my ranking video for all the Bruce Springsteen albums. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you could also leave a comment below what you thought of this album, if you've listened to it. Bruce Springsteen, The Wild, the Innocent and the East Street Shuffle. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, because it helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. And I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.